are listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dr. NiiQuartelai Quartey, and really excited to welcome my next guest, a beauty executive, uh, Dakarai Gerrard Larriett. Started to lose sleep over his adopted poodle, Dada, literally lose sleep as a puppy. Apparently, Dada would whimper through the night, but uh, you know, prescribed medications didn't quite work, and Dakarai was reluctant to force anything else on him, and instead brought home some good old fashioned aromatherapy candles to soothe the anxious puppy, and it worked. And that sparked this idea for a line of aromatherapy products. And so, if you haven't already, if you're looking for the perfect gift for your pup this holiday season, look no further. Gerrard Larriett Aromatherapy Pet Care is available. You can go online and purchase it. And joining us here is the founder of Gerrard Larriett Aromatherapy Pet Care, uh, Dakarai Gerrard Larriett. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Corte.
So, I mean, I think this is really incredible. And, we've been friends for some time now. We met through a mutual friend. And, I've always sort of had the sense that, you were a creative. You had a creative mind and a business mind.
Yeah.
And this aromatherapy line is the fusion of both sides of your mind. Uh, was there ever any apprehension about going into aromatherapy for pets?
Well, I had not seen anyone else do it before. So sometimes when you take a leap into a space that is brand new, there is a little bit of apprehension. But in the end, I said it makes perfect sense. Our animals have a sense of smell that's so much more evolved than our own. So I thought, why not bring together traditional pet care with aromatherapy?
Wow. And I would imagine that there aren't a lot of Black founders in the aromatherapy space. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I don't have those details, but I'm happy to lead in this space and certainly in the pet space plus aromatherapy.
Wow. Wow. And so, talk to us about your line. Um, is it just candles, or are there, what constitutes aromatherapy? I think for most of us we just think of candles, but based on your website, it looks like it's a whole lot more than that.
Yes. Well, thanks for asking us a great question. So the first product was a candle. I purchased that off the shelf and found that it was very effective in calming my poodle, who was terrified of thunderstorms. Um, so from there, I started developing a complete line of pet care. And really, aromatherapy is, it can be from the nose, from the smell, but also from the oils, the essential oils. They all have an impact on our well being. So ultimately, the collection has expanded to include sprays. So we have coat sprays, detangling sprays that you spray into your pet's coat and comb through. We have a breath spray, as you see here in the blue bottle, and we even have cleaning solutions. So the cleaning solutions are all natural, work very well in pet homes, and obviously smell very good.
So you mentioned breath spray, and
Yes.
so in addition to just aromatherapy, just to calm their nerves, there's a breath spray to calm the nerves of their owners
Right.
and any visitors.
Yes, that's one of my favorites too, because as pet parents, we should brush our pets' teeth daily. Sometimes we don't get around
Y'all
to
hear
it.
that, pet parents? A lot of pet parents, be on a walk, stop and say hello to a dog, and a lot of pet parents don't seem to believe in brushing their pet's teeth.
It's an undertaking. You have to kind of build a muscle memory and the obedience to do it. But in between, you're having family over, you're having friends over. It's great to be able to do a quick spray. And our breath spray has aloe vera and mint, so the aloe vera is very soothing for the mouth, and then obviously the mint is very freshening.
I mean, so I am logging on to get this breath spray
Okay.
because 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 there are too many dogs that I say hello to, and I'm a dog person, right? But sometimes dogs' breath can get hot too,
It can.
right? And Dakarai has has found a way to solve for this. We love it. We love it. One of the things that you also mentioned is that uh, you know that while dogs can be fearful of thunderstorms, as Dada was, I know once upon a time I had a dog, Daphne, and my dog experienced severe anxiety. And I had never had a pet that had experienced severe anxiety like that. I mean, when I would leave, it got to the point where she was like biting at the baseboards
Oh no.
and eating blinds. She would find anything that had my scent,
Yeah.
including iPhone earbuds and even my Kohans,
Oh
right?
no.
And it didn't work out for me and Daphne long term, because I really just didn't have the capacity to manage that as a single person at the time. But talk to us about uh, how your products can be helpful to canines that have some sort of anxiety
Mhm.
disorder or anxiety issue.
Mhm. Oh, great question. So we want to be clear that these aren't miracle products, right? So when your pet has severe issues, obviously go to your vet and get that care that your pet needs. But what we have found, certainly in my situation with my poodle Dada, is the benefit from aromatherapy, specifically our lavender products. Lavender has been proven for thousands of years to provide soothing, calming payoffs. So sometimes just spraying things that they like to sleep on, a bed with our product, spraying them directly, combing it through. Even just the process of the combing, it's a massage when you think about it, right? So it's a whole spa experience that you can have with your pet. And that's why we have a collection. So you can burn the candle when a thunderstorm is happening or lots of loud noises. You think about New Year's coming up very soon, right? And the combing action as you brush and move the product through their coat and it gets into their skin also provides a very soothing effect. So it's all about how you use the products together. And then obviously the most important thing is just spending that time with your pet.
So what was it like to develop these products? Because there are some people who might be listening to this conversation and might think of you almost as like a Doctor Doolittle type, right? Do you have some kind of special connection with dogs, with pets? Are they communicating you in some way? No, no, no. Use the lavender, not the guava on this. Talk to us about how you've developed these products.
Well, I like to say my dog Dada is the head of R&D, so he has to approve every single product. Of course, we don't do animal testing. We have a sophisticated lab that is cosmetic grade, and that's where all of the development work happens. And as you mentioned a little bit earlier, my background is in the cosmetic space, so I work for companies like L'Oreal and Louis Vuitton, where we develop very similar products for human use. So it's really about making sure that the products work with the biology of our animals. And some of our products are designed for both cat and dog, some are only for dog. So you have to read the label because those essential oils can have different impacts on the body. But we make sure that everything is fully approved through a testing process for safety. And then, of course, we test everything at home ourselves.
Wow, wow. And uh, have there been items that you have developed that maybe had a limited release? Were there items that were a hit
Hmm.
and that for whatever reason you phased them out that you might reconsider bringing
Hmm.
back?
Yes, so, times change, consumer preferences change. That's a great question. We did do a dry shampoo at one point in time that was quite popular, and I actually saw a comment from a client that they would love for us to bring it back. So that's something we're thinking about. And we've also offered some small sizes that were really popular, I would say before COVID. And maybe during COVID, folks weren't traveling as much. So there are some products here and there that we consider bringing back from time to time.
And so speaking of small sizes, are you talking about like travel size? Like you have
Exactly.
travel size products?
Yes,
Oh
exactly.
my goodness, what haven't you thought of?
Well,
Yeah.
many of us travel with our pets, and really the idea was just to provide that same luxury and experience that we get in the human cosmetic world to the pet world.
Can people only go online to get your product, or are there any brick and mortar stores that carry any of your products?
So right now we're largely online. We are going to push back into retail in the next year. So we have an expansion plan that we'll be rolling out. Previously, we were in all Pet Food Express stores throughout California. So I'm sure you're familiar with that chain in your state, Dr. Corte. So that is the goal by the end of next year, 2025, to get back into retail. But largely, we are on Amazon. We're on TikTok and available to our consumers there on our own website, gerardlarriett.com.
Well, look, I think folks should run and not walk to your computer to get these products just in time, not just for the Christmas holiday, but stock up for the new year. It's always a good time to splurge on our pets that uh, are so good to us and watch over us, and so we should be good to them and watch over them too. And lots of really great products here. If you go to Gerard Larriett Aromatherapy Pet Care, if you go to look for them on Amazon, it's right there. It's right there. And who doesn't like some lavender? Who likes lavender? When we come forward, we're going to talk a little bit more about this aromatherapy pet care line. And Dakari's making some news today. He's exploring something pretty big, something pretty impactful. If you didn't think this aromatherapy pet care line was impactful, you just see what Dakari is about to share with us. More on a more perfect union when we come forward. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to and streaming a more perfect union on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dr. NiiQuartelai Quartey, and he is Dakarai Gerrard Larriett. He is the founder of Gerrard Larriett Aromatherapy Pet Care, which is available on Amazon and other online retailers. Um, Again, run, don't walk to your computer to get this product. It is a solid product. I am really just tickled about the breath spray. See, because whether you have a dog or not, keeping that breath spray handy, I think it will help to make the world a better place. Let's put it that way. Uh, so Dakari, one of the reasons why I really wanted to have you on this show is because you are such a powerful demonstration of what it can look like to turn your side hustle into a full-fledged business. Right now, you have over $1 million in Amazon sales with this pet care aromatherapy line, proving that you are no underdog in the industry. Talk to us about how much this pet care line is now worth and how many folks you employ.
Yes, so it's amazing to think about my contribution to this economy and all the people that depend on us. So when I think about the people involved, it's the creative team who have to make the ads, the marketing folks who help me go to market, my distribution. So I have a distribution center in Ohio. So all in, I say we have about 20 people working part time for the business. And we've got a number of different buyout offers. So getting some attractive figures, but right now I'm really committed to running it as long as I can. But as you mentioned a little bit earlier, I have some other initiatives that are going to start consuming my time in the new year.
And speaking of other initiatives consuming your time in the new year, particularly for our leaders, learners, and listeners in Alabama, what do you have to share with us today, Dakari?
Well, I'm exploring a run for United States Senate, representing the great state of Alabama.
Wow, and talk to us about your connection to the people of Alabama.
Yeah. Well, I am an Alabamian, born there, went to middle school, high school, graduated from University of Alabama, and I just love our state, Dr. Quartey, and I'm so excited to be back home with my family, just enjoying the culture, the food, and being a servant leader, volunteering and getting to know everybody again because as you know, I built my career in New York and Michigan, and now I'm back home. And Alabama just deserves more effective leadership in the Congress, and that's why I'm running.
And speaking of more effective leadership in the Congress, I mean, you heard at the top of the show, we were reporting on the uh, potential looming government shutdown. We haven't even had an official transfer or transition of power, and already the shenanigans have begun. Uh, do you think that things are going to get a whole lot worse before they get better in order for the people of Alabama to maybe reconsider who they send
Mhm.
to the United States Senate to represent them?
Mm. Well, I want to be hopeful, and as someone who wants to represent and work for the people of Alabama, um, you also have to kind of respect their opinions and their perspectives, which are maybe different from what you hear in maybe the West Coast or the Northeast, where I spend a lot of time. So I think the first couple of months are really about listening and learning. I'm committed to being a learn it all, not a know it all, um, understanding what really matters to people, and then helping to advocate for them.
Are there any particular issues that mean a whole lot to you and that
Mhm.
you suspect mean a whole lot to folks concerned about the future of Alabama?
Yes, it's all about economic development, creating more opportunities in the state so that everyone can do better and really excel. In education. So I am so fortunate that I was able to attend the Alabama School of Fine Arts in Birmingham and the University of Alabama. That really set me on the course to be who I am today. My love for business and entrepreneurship, and I want everyone in the state to be able to have those amazing opportunities to attend such institutions and to do whatever they want to do in life. So those are the areas that I'm hearing a lot from Alabamians about, and then obviously public safety. So, um, many places in the state are experiencing gun violence on the regular. It's kind of expectation when we have big events like homecomings and things of that nature on the weekends. So everyone wants a safer city where they can truly thrive and grow. And then it's all circular. So you have a safe city, you have educated people, and then the economic development is a natural.
And speaking of the things that are circular, speaking of connecting the dots, for some of our leaders, learners, and listeners that are just meeting you for the first time, connect the dots between the work that you've done in the fashion and beauty industry, the work that you're doing as the founder of this aromatherapy pet care line, and the work that you are exploring doing
Hmm.
in the United States Senate representing the people of Alabama.
Yeah. Um, it in the end all comes back to excellence. So, in particular, the areas that I worked in across all those industries, fashion, cosmetics, consumer goods, was related to supply chain. And if you know anything about supply chain, it's about execution. It's about uh, getting the product to the consumer on time, at the lowest possible cost, and supporting the marketing plan or the sales plan, if you will. So I think those skills will serve me well in any function, frankly. And then entrepreneurship. So that's where you're having to wear many different hats. So uh, from the marketing, the accounting, to the sales, business development, and just spending time with the consumer. And again, hearing, learning, listening, what matters to them. So I think those skills serve me very well. And then just from a volunteerism, public service perspective, I've always been very involved in the community, serving on boards. For example, I served on the National Harm Reduction Coalition Board for many years, which had a huge impact in reducing the deaths from opioids. So I've always been very community minded and tried to find a way to do those things as well as the work and all those other things that can kind of suck up a lot of your time.
Well, we wish you well as you continue to explore this next chapter in your life in public service. Clearly, public service has been a through line in everything you've done, but to go full time in the United States Senate in a time such as this, that's not the easy road, but perhaps a very important road for you and for the people of Alabama. Our thanks to Gerrard Larriett, Aromatherapy Pet Care. It is available on Amazon. Again, run, don't walk to your computer. I will be doing the same in short order. Thank you so much for joining us and for all that you do to keep our pets feeling good and their breath smelling good.
Thank you so much, Dr. Quartey, and I think I'm gonna have to hire you as a spokesperson. So I love all those new taglines.
We'll have you back in the new year. Our thanks to
Wonderful.
you. You are listening to and streaming a More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. The quiet part out loud. If you want to hear what's been in my crawl all day long, this is it. I've got to get this out of my system. I've got to share this with you more when we come forward. You're listening to a More Perfect Union.
The station you turn to when you had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.